Daily Devotionals for November 10th. Today's scripture reading will be Daniel 4, verses 8 and 9. And this is the account of King Nebuchadnezzar when he had this phenomenal dream, and all of his magicians come in and can't interpret anything, and then he calls upon Daniel. Verse 8, "But at last Daniel came before me. His name is Belteshazzar, according to the name of my God." So remember they changed his name. So, in him is the spirit of the holy God. And I told him the dream, and saying, "Belteshazzar, chief of the magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy God is in you, and no secret troubles you. Explain to me the visions of my dream that I have seen and its interpretation." You know, it's really interesting. The king, even though he was, a heathen king, so to speak, he recognized the Spirit of God in Daniel. So all the other guys, he brought all the other guys before him first, and they could not interpret his dream. They listened, they probably gave him some corny advice, but they could not interpret his dream. So he calls upon Daniel, and he knew two things here. He said, in him is the Spirit of the holy God. I know that the Spirit of the holy God is in you. That's what he said to him. I know that he is in you, and no secret troubles you. Well, we live in a fallen society, and here's a really important thing. We need, if we're born again, then the nature of Christ, we should continuously be growing into his nature by the fruit of the Spirit and doing his work, okay, and walking in love. But it's how we conduct ourselves on a daily basis. Other people that don't know the Lord, they've got their eye on you, whether you recognize it or not. They are watching you. What happens when something bad happens to you? How do you react? Are you screaming and hollering, throwing a temper tantrum? Are you praying it through? Are you conducting yourself in a way that would draw them to the Christ in you? Okay, so I've seen it like back when I was working in the office. People, I knew they made fun of me behind my back, but when something happened in their life, you know who they came to? They wanted to sit down in private and talk to me because they knew that I heard from the Lord and I could pray things through for them, okay? I didn't always have all their answers, but I knew the one that did, okay? So they can come to you for counsel. It should be Christ, the light of him, shining out through us, that will draw men to him, okay? For it is time, arise and shine, for his light is shining brightly upon you today, okay? All right, till next time, be blessed.